Alright, so we have a Nintendo Switch, and I apologize for having not uploaded a video, but everything I've had has it's either worked when I bought it, or it was just boring, and I couldn't, I either didn't know how to fix it, or what. So in any event, I've got this Nintendo Switch that we will try to fix. I paid like, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks for it. I think it's been worked on before, judging by the state of the screws. So if we look at the screws, so there's the HDMI port. It looks okay. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. I mean, they kind of look like they've been messed with before, but I'm not sure. Let's see if we got a free game. We did not. Let's see if we got a free card reader. We do not. So let's plug it in and see what we get. So it's 15 volts. It's drawing 108 milliamps. So yeah, so nothing. So let's take it apart and we'll go from there. So I would just like to, while I'm doing this, I'd just like to thank everybody who subscribed and put us over 1,000 subscribers. I know that that's a goal for a lot of people. I never really had a goal other than just to keep my mind occupied, to do this and make videos and show the progression of my learning as we have learned to fix more complex things, which we went from, I think the first video I ever made was me working on an Xbox, an OG Xbox. You know, and the thing about me is my favorite channels to watch are folks that fix older items. I find it interesting watching people do that. But in terms of me fixing things, while I enjoy fixing those things, it's not super challenging. And so, so I find myself, even though I prefer to watch folks fix old things, why is this not coming off? I enjoy watching people fix old things. I don't, I want to know how to do, like if I see somebody replace an APU on a PS4, well, I want to do that too. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be physically anything wrong with the board here, looking at it with the naked eye. All right. Okay. All right, so let's check for continuity. We're going to go under the microscope and do this because I can't see. I don't think there's anything wrong with the M92 because I also don't think anybody's been in this before, but 115 ohms, that seems kind of low. And I don't think my processor's probably not shorted. No? Oh, I don't know, 100 ohms? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, my VSys is shorted. Okay. Let's get the board out and let's go from there. We're going to cut on our soldering iron. And I am going to put a little bit of solder on this inductor right here. Because that's our V6, right? And we confirmed that it was shorted. With the multimeter. So we are going to solder this wire. Okay, that's our hot, right? And we're going to come in with a little bit of solder on our ground. And so we will solder a ground wire. All right, and we will take our power supply leads, making sure we put ground on ground and hot on hot, because we don't want to inject voltage the wrong way. All right, I've got my power supply set on 4.2 volts. All right, so we are going to cut on power, and we're going to see how much current is drawn by this thing. No current's drawn. Okay. So that's good. I guess it wasn't shorted. Maybe I was measuring it wrong. So let's go ahead and try to power on. I'm going to touch these first two. It's drawn 203 amps, so that's good, right? So it's like it's stuck on 203 amps. Or it's 206. Let's measure voltage on our, no voltage there, no voltage there. So let's turn it over. Let's see if we got any voltage on our max IC. I'm assuming oh, my wire came loose. All right, so it's on. So let's measure voltage. We got 1.3, 1.8, 1, 1.1. Nothing here. Nothing here. So I'm thinking the max IC is probably okay. I know we should have voltage here if the console's booting, but the console probably is not going to try to boot because it doesn't detect a battery. Where's my 3 volts at? Ooh, TJ, you got to calm down, brother. So let's see if we're getting our 3.3 volts. Is it here? It is there. All right, so we're getting all our first stage boots. So what on earth could be the issue? All right, I removed the wires. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is weird. Let's put it in see if it does anything different in a known good chassis. Battery is plugged in. Let's try to turn it on. It does nothing. Try it with this battery. As I suspected, but I wanted to be sure. It is definitely not booting. So I can't find anything physically wrong with it. When I check using the multimeter on my, not with the multimeter, but with the oscilloscope on my SD RAM, I think I get like a 3 volt signal on that first pin there. Let me go on the microscope so you can see what I'm talking about. Right in here, I was using the oscilloscope to probe coming out of the MMC and I'm getting signals. For example, I can show you if I were to plug this in, and if I were to plug in my, dude, I've got so much stuff on my desk, and if I were to plug in my deal here, so the console should turn on now. So if you look at the oscilloscope, you can see various signals coming out of it. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what the signal should look like. I've never done that on a working console. I should probably do that on a working console. So now it's saying we're drawing 400 and something milliamps. What on earth, bro? Did I break it, dude? All I did was probe it with an oscilloscope. So let's, this was the original case and housing. Let's put it back together. Maybe it's stuck in RCM mode or whatever that's called. I've never experienced that. But I know it's not booting. It's not making it pass second stage boot based upon what we observed with the current when we connected VSys from the power supply. It turns on, it gets up to like 200 milliamps, but then it just sits there. All right, so I think really all I want to do is plug this into the computer and see if I can see what it does. Yeah, so let's get a USB cable. All right, so I'm going to plug this into the PC and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. So it shows up as an APX device. And it doesn't show up as a Nintendo Switch. So what does that mean? So if I like press a bunch of buttons and hold volume, and is it in RCM mode? So let me switch back to the, first of all, let's unplug it. Let's disconnect the battery. Let's reconnect the battery. Let's reconnect our USB cable. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Because it tries to turn it on. So if I hold in all buttons, does that do anything? No. If I hold in the power button and the volume up button, does it do anything? No. But then again, I don't know. I don't know how much voltage that battery's got in it. Let's check. It's only got 2.8 volts. All right, let's charge it up for a bit and see if it'll charge the battery at all. See what the voltage is. .9. Okay, battery is charging. We jumped up to 464 amps. Oh yeah, that battery is smoking, bro. We'll leave that charging for a bit. But I think it's not supposed to show up APX device. Doesn't it show up as a Nintendo Switch? Like if I plug in this other one, I don't know. It didn't show up as anything. It's just recycling. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. But yeah, this shows up as an APX device. Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to figure out. So, so now does it show up as something different in the, yeah, it's gone. So how do you figure out where it's at? I don't know how to figure it out. Where is it at? Oh, maybe it's in like files. Bro, I need to clean out my my PC, man. It's not showing up as a device. Okay, so it says it detects my device. So how do you power it on? Okay, so this is an XAW1007 is the serial. I don't know if that's patched or not. Does it matter? Okay, I gotta download Hekate. So let's download Hekate. This is Hekate. Okay, so let's download that zip file. Okay, we are going to extract said file. So we are going to extract it. So show more options. I'm going to go to 7-zip. We're going to extract files. And we're going to slap an OK on that bad boy. Okay, so that's where Hekate, it's in our downloads folder. So if I go here and I find the payload, and I go to downloads, and I go into Hekate, and I'm assuming that's the one. Okay, payload file. So what happens if I inject the payload? It said it successfully. Oh, snap, dude. Oh, so let me switch back over to the camera, dude. That's doing something, bro. Let's unplug that. Let's unplug this back in. And then let's cut it off. So how do you use the volume buttons? We're gonna power, how do you power it off? What do you press to power it off? So will it cut on now? It will not. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't want to actually inject the payload, you know what I'm saying? Let's unplug this battery real quick. I got a little excited, man. All right, so now will it power on? Oh, see, dude, it's just doing its thing, bro. All right, so let's plug it back in. Let's go back to this this deal. Let's inject the payload. All right, so that's what it says, man. Fail to init or mount SD. Press any key. Okay. So I pressed any key. What do I do? Reboot 0FW or RCM? What is OFW? No, we want to reboot OFW. That's like the... Okay, oh, I see the little writing down here, power. Warning, Nix is missing. I don't know what that means. So let's reboot OFW. It's just not doing anything. Yeah, no, that's... So what if I unplug the battery again? Let's leave it unplugged for a second. All right. Let's turn it on. It's still doing nothing. Okay. Okay. So let's unplug this. Let's plug in the battery or the actual Nintendo charger. I'm just trying to interrupt whatever this thing's trying to do, you know? I should probably read the directions, huh? And stop trying to do my own thing. These dudes put a lot of effort into giving us free stuff. Okay, so this must be an unpatched console since it allowed me to do all this thing. Continue making essential backups. Battery is 25.5%. So apparently I guess I'm gonna need to make a backup of the NAND. But in order to do that, I think I'm probably gonna have to so you got to have your SD card and all that stuff. Okay, dude, I think I'm just gonna put this back together fully, and then since I think it has something to do with the fact that it's stuck in RCM mode, and all I really want to do is get it out of RCM mode. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna put it back together. All right, let's try to inject the Hekate payload. Okay. It's telling me to update the bootloader folder. I don't know what that means. Let's go and let's read what they're saying. So I guess it's wanting to redo the, oh, sorry. I guess it's wanting to redo the SD card. So let's do that. So then it says go to tools. Here, I'll let you guys watch overhead while I look at the instructions. So it said go to tools, and then backup EMMC, but it doesn't have warning. NIX is missing. So I don't know. I don't know how to back up. What does auto RCM mean? All right, I'm confused again. It's telling me to go to tools and then to backup EMMC, but there is no backup EMMC. All right, so apparently I was supposed to inject the bootloader folder from the Hekate file onto the SD card, which I have now done. So let's put this back into let's inject the payload again. Okay, inject the payload again. Hopefully, oh, look at that, bro. Wow, dude. What does that even mean? I don't even know what this is, man. Okay. So let's set the enter the and date and time for no. Dude, I don't know how to use this. So it is. Oh, come on, bro. The touchscreen doesn't work. Are you kidding me? I gotta find Joy-Con. Let's hope this works. So from here, can I not just oh, it's doing something. How do I get to there? Oh my word. I don't know what to do. I can't. This is kind of strange. So this must be an unpatched console because I had to, dude, I'm gonna have to charge this thing up, bro. Let's plug in a regular charger. All right, so now it's charging. I don't know if the Joy-Con rails aren't working or what. Let me let this thing charge up, man. I'll be back. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do though. All right, man. So I need to make sure I don't put these screws underneath the console. That's step number one. So I guess I had to take it back apart and clean the cable for the touchscreen thing. So now I'm going to back up eMMC, and I'm going to choose eMMC boot 0 and boot 1, right? Okay. It's done. So it's done, right? So what else am I supposed to do? I don't quite understand the concept here, bro. I don't know what Hekate is. I don't know if... Okay, continue to launching CFW. Now that preparation work is out of the way. But what if I don't want to launch? What if I don't want to launch? What if I just want to reboot to... I just want to reboot to... you know what I'm saying? I just want to I just want the thing to be a switch, bro. That's what I wanted to do. Or is it better to do this? So if I so what can I do? What can I do here? Console info. So can I like so tools? Let's go home. So if I do all of this, can I go back? That's what I want to know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. It says navigate to launch using the touch screen. Find atmosphere FSS0 sys something and launch it. Dude, I'm afraid. Why can't I just reboot into regular mode? Okay. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I gotta let's sit this here. Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to bump into the mic again. So what are options here? Options. Auto boot. Okay. Alright. Auto node GC. Update. So console info. So tools. So home. So you would think, right, that NIC settings, what's in that? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've already backed up my eMMC. So what happens if I just hit launch? Let's hit launch and see what happens. No main boot entries found. Check that bootloader Hekate IPL.ini has boot entries. Bro, I don't know what that means, man. All right, let me think about this some more. All right, so I put it back together some more. And I'm going to have to inject the payload again so I can continue to explore this thing. So let's inject the payload again. Okay, so that's good. So how do I reboot? So I've got, what happens if you hit reload? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Cancel. What if I just reboot? What happens if I reboot? And it won't let me reboot into OFW. Why won't it let me reboot into OFW? I don't know why it won't let me. This is not okay, man. Dude, am I gonna have to like leave this thing modded? That means that I'm going to have to install some other things, I think, on that drive. I think this just gets you to this. But then you have, when you go to launch, you have to have a an operating system to launch, and I don't have an operating system. I just put Hekate on there because I want it to be able to just reboot it into the original firmware, but it's like the original firmware is gone. It's like it's not there. All right, so if I go to Tools and I click on this, Auto RCM is turned on. So if I turn that off, and you need the volume plus home combo to enter RCM. And this is what I'm afraid of. If I do this and I reboot it, is it going to mess it up? And I won't ever be able to even get into RCM again. So that's what I'm afraid of. But if I go home and I hit reboot, if I reboot into the original firmware, what happens? Absolutely nothing happens. So yeah. I think it's stuck like Chuck, man. I hope I didn't just mess it up. So let's unplug it. Let's plug in. Yeah, see, I messed it up, dude. Because now it's not an RCM mode anymore. That sucks, man. I just messed it up. I knew I shouldn't have done it, man. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Yes. Yes. Oh, you have no idea how happy I am to see that. Lord have mercy, I fixed it. That had me scared. So will it reboot? So let's go to let's power off. Power options, let's restart it. Yeah, there we go. It's fixed. It is fixed. So there you go. If you have a Nintendo Switch or a Switch that is stuck in RCM mode, I guess you can inject Hekate. And once you inject Hekate, then you can just reboot it in the original firmware and it'll work. So yeah, this is a well-used switch, I'm going to tell you right now. So yeah, so there you go, man. So Hekate is what ended up fixing this Nintendo Switch for me. So anyhow, again, I just want to thank you guys for helping the channel get to 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty amazing. And I do very much appreciate it. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And hopefully this will help somebody else out. All right. Bye.